Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. We are so happy you joined us today. My name is Kate. I'm a marketing specialist of Takeprofit. And just a few words about our company. We offer ready-made and custom solutions for forex brokers, from small automation tools to complex trading solutions in risk management, in attracting clients, in aggregation, in dealing, and in money management sphere in particular. And in 1 minute, you will meet Nikita, our expert speaker. Nikita has already consulted 60 companies, helping them with their decisions on whether to implement investment management systems or whether not. He has helped with organizing such systems, particularly with the help of our investment management system, which is called EasyMAM. And today, first, Nikita will help you to learn some maybe new facts about investment management systems, the differences between them, how they work. And second, he will provide you with a brief demonstration of our MAM and its work. And finally, Nikita will answer your questions. And as there are not so many participants today, that last part, I guess the last part would be more personalized and more detailed. So Nikita, you're welcome.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Kate, for introducing me. Yes, I'm Nikita. I've been working in Takeprofit for almost 3 years as an account manager and help the clients to work with our products and especially with our EasyMAM system. So let me share the screen so we'll go through the presentation. I guess this will be easier for us to follow just the ideas and slides. So first of all, let me just briefly share with you some major advantages for the brokers. Why should they organize the investment management systems in general? And we see the two main points for this. And the first one is that these investment management systems, they provide traders with an opportunity to become investors and earn more money with the help of more experienced traders, which, from the broker's perspective, attracts more clients and increases the broker's profit. On the other side, such systems secure the loyalty of experienced traders, and the systems provide them with the opportunity to become money managers, and it also positively affects the broker's name, and it attracts more clients and therefore more profit for the broker. Currently on the market, there are two main types, probably you've heard of them, the money management systems, which are PAMM and MAM. So what are the differences and what actually are these models? The PAMM, which stands for Percent Allocation Management Module, is the basic idea of proportionally to distribute the trades from money manager accounts to investors accounts. And MAM stands for multi-account manager, which is basically similar idea when the money manager works with investors accounts and control the trades between them. So this two approaches, they basically have many similarities and are used together. So in our system, we combine both PAMM and MAM, and further we will see how exactly it works. Also, the main difference, and there are many MAM systems and PAMM systems on the market. One of them are working the web interfaces, other work directly with the MetaTrader, and we would like to highlight the importance of why the system should have the direct integration with MetaTrader as our system is. So why is it important to have both investors and money managers account on MetaTrader? The first one is that it allows native integration with broker services. So if the system works directly with MetaTrader, then broker doesn't need to do some additional things, to do additional investments in changing the environment, and it smoothly allows to start and to deploy the system. The second point is that the money managers can use all their instruments that they are used to use. For example, like the expert advisors, some robots. The trades can be also processed by dealers, or even be processed by the bridges, which means that the trades are executed on some external like liquidity providers, for example. And the last but not least, currently the markets are changing, and we see that more and more brokers becoming regulated. That's why it's very important for the regulator to be able to check such accounts. And if these accounts are real in MT4 or MT5 platform, then it is possible to do. Apart from the solutions of MAM solutions that provide the allocation of trades in some web interfaces where it's not possible for a regulator to check. Now, let's have a look at a bit more simple illustration, how exactly it works. On this picture, you can see that we have like one money manager and 3 investors. Each investor has the different amount of investments on their accounts, and the total investment fund is used by the money manager. So money manager doesn't have his own funds, it uses the investments that were delegated to him. And therefore, each investor will have the different proportion of the share of this whole fund, and consequently, they should get the proportional allocation of the trades. And the investor with the biggest investment will have the biggest proportion, and the one with the smallest investment will have a smallest proportion. Now let's switch to our solution, how exactly our interface looks like. This is the graphic interface. It's just a simple application that can be downloaded on any computer. And since it's white label friendly, the brokers can provide it to different white labels on their side, and white labels just use their standard manager access and connect to the server, so they will be able to manage their own groups and their own clients without interference with other accounts on the server. Also, you can see here a tree-like structure. This is basically our mini hedge fund. Here, the money manager, which is highlighted in the green, and currently it has 2 investors. So their balances are added to the balance of the money manager, so he will be able to trade with these funds. So if you want, or there's another investor who came and who wants to be added, it also can be very simply provided here as in this interface. You can just simply attach to the chosen master, and we see that our hedge fund increased, and now we have 3 investors with the total balance of $60,000. Now let's have a bit more look how in reality the trades are going. Here you can see just a standard MetaTrader 4 terminal, which is used by the money manager, and the money manager just trade as they're used to. So they just use even like mobile app or their own PC to trade. They can use their functions like expert advisors and so on. And when the money manager places the trade, then it is distributed to the investor accounts. So this is the real trades. So they are created in MetaTrader, and you can see that these 3 trades, they have different volume because this volume is proportional to their balances. And the allocation happens in the real time. All these trades have the same price and the same timestamps, which means that the profit also will be fairly calculated and shared among the investors' accounts. And once the trades are closed, they will be visible in the trading history of all investors. For some investors, it's very important to see the real trades so they can have access all the time to the history, and as well as the regulators, as we mentioned in the previous slides. Also, the system able to handle more than around 20,000 investors, and it's a huge number. And the closer competitor on the market currently to our system is able to handle only 10,000 investors. The allocation can be also provided for some micro lots. As you probably know, the MT4 has some limitations on the volume size, so it's possible to allocate to place only the trades with 2 digits, but we found a solution for the MT4 systems because in MT5 systems it's already supported to allocate the trades with the like up to 6 digits, but in MT4 we had to find a workaround, and even if the master places a small trade, it still can be distributed. So you can see here that even though that it shows the volume of a very small lot, like a minimum step, because it's a limitation of MetaTrader, it doesn't matter because the real volume is stored by our system in the comment section, and this real volume will be used for profit allocation after the trades are closed. Next, one of also important functions is the performance fee setup or incentives. So money managers can get the fee for their work, and it can be also configured through the EasyMAM. It's also simply used in the graphic interface. Like each investor can have specific proportion that will be paid to their money manager, and it can be specified for each investor. And after it's specified, the incentive accounts will get the performance fees. It can be just calculated also from this interface, and the this like money manager second account will get the real balance operations for their work. And the incentive works is the high watermark principle, which means that once the money manager makes the profit, he can get the proportion, some percentage of this profit for the second account, for example. And in order to have another incentive payment, they will need to increase this level. They will need to make more profit for the clients, and then they will be able to get the fee from this difference. So this is what we call the high watermark principle. Another function that is important for brokers is the types of distribution modes. Usually, the distribution by default is configured by balance. So balance of the investor is used as the proportion to calculate the proportion that they should receive as the lot during the allocation. But it's also possible to specify equity or free margin. So it gives the more flexibility for the broker to specify the different rules. The next, and also one of the most important things for investors, is the stop loss level, because some investors are ready to invest their money, but only if they have a guarantee that they will not lose the specific amount of funds, which can be specified also and set up in the system. This value means the equity of the investor's account. So once the equity is reached, this level is reached, then the investor will be automatically withdrawn from the system. So it guarantees that they will not lose more money. And speaking about the withdrawal of funds, of course, it's natural when some investors decide to leave the system. And like brokers, they also very worried that if their distribution was connected with this investor, and if they leave, this might affect other investors. But in our system, it doesn't happen, because when the investor decides to leave, for example, let's say that the investor with the biggest proportion decides to leave, their trades will be closed, and the trade on the money manager's account will be proportionally closed on the size of the lot of this investor, which will not affect other investors. So we see that here the investor left the fund, the trades are closed, and the money manager original volume also decreased, but it didn't affect the volume of other investors and therefore the profit that they would get. So that was the basic function. So let me now briefly wrap up the tech advantages and the key benefits of our system. Our EasyMAM can support up to 20,000 investors. The allocation is going in real time, so the investors can see that, that the trades are really happening. But there's also a possibility to hide some open trades. It's a bit like some additional features that can be used for some brokers who want to have more maybe flexible rules, and they have flexible campaigns. So they will be if they want to show the investors only the closed trades, then it's also possible to do so. For MT5, there is no problems with the micro loss allocation, but there is a limitation on MT4 system, but it also was bypassed by our system. So our EasyMAM can allocate micro lots on MT4 as well. Incentive accounts and the performance fees can also be configured right away in the EasyMAM, so there is no need for additional solution to do that. Investors can leave the system anytime, and it doesn't affect other investors in the hedge fund. The EasyMAM can also be integrated with the website or the CRM, which brings the brokers more flexibility on this. And some systems on the market, like who provide such solution, they do not have ability to change the trades of the money manager. And sometimes it's crucial from a technical reasons, and our MAM has the ability to change it. So there is always a flexible way to work with the trades and with the allocation in such funds. Thank you for your attention, and I will be really glad to answer your questions.